basically gone over the Kremlin, but now they're hitting neighborhoods. And I looked at a map of where those drones hit. So they're in the city and then outside, and they're in areas kind of west of Moscow where you have a lot of elite housing. The president lives out in that area. So this is really significant, even if, again, the damage is minimal, but the psychological damage, I think, is quite strong.
Jill Doherty, thank you very much.
CNN's Fred Pleiken is in Kyiv. He's outside some buildings that were damaged, where they were damaged overnight. Fred, you spoke to the city's mayor. What is he saying today?
Hi there, Kate. Well, Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor of the city, he was absolutely irate about this drone attack. He called it terrorism on the part of the Russians. But he also said that actually the Ukrainian air defense was pretty successful, and it was successful thanks to a lot of the weapons that Ukrainians are getting from the U.S. and its allies. Let's listen in.
If we doesn't have air defense, modern air defense from our partners, we have much worse situation in our hometown. More destroyed buildings and more, it will be more civilians killed.
So one of the reasons, Kate, why Vitaly Klitschko said that, I want to show you that this building here that I'm standing in front of, this is one of the ones that sustained a lot of building because it took a hit from one of those Shahed drones that's supplied by the Iranians, but the Russians are using. You can actually hear and see that a lot of the cleanup is already going on. If we pan up, you can see that that drone crashed right into the top floors of this building. Now, one person was killed there. However, even that drone that crashed into this building was intercepted. It was intercepted by Ukrainian air defenses, and they say that it was the fragments of that drone, obviously including the warhead, that crashed into that building. But I can tell you, it was certainly a very difficult night here for the folks in the capital city. We heard those drones hovering overhead for a substantial part of the night, several hours, as Ukrainian air defenses were trying to take them out. At the same time, you do feel that resilience here in the Ukrainian capital, as now, only hours later, the cleanup is going on and people are trying to go about their daily lives. This, of course, comes as Ukraine seems to be on the cusp of that counteroffensive, and Ukraine's president now saying the timing of that offensive has now been decided. Kate?
Yeah, not telling exactly when, but that it has been decided. And just to be clear, that's cleanup? That's people throwing, like, debris off the rooftop behind you, Fred?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. There was substantial damage to the top floor apartments there, and now they're sort of clearing the debris, throwing it down to then be able to clean it up as fast as possible. They are pretty quick at doing that now. Unfortunately, they have a lot of practice after a lot of the strikes that have happened here over the past year.
That's a great point. Unfortunately, they've become very good at that cleanup very quickly. Thank you, Fred Pleiken, on the scene for us. John.
All right, with us now is retired Brigadier General Peter Zwack. He is a global fellow at the Wilson Center's Kennan Institute and served as the U.S. Senior Defense Attaché to the Russian Federation. General, from inside Ukraine, I want to show people the sites inside Russia or in Russian-controlled territory that have been hit over the last several weeks. You can see most of the areas have to do with the Russian occupation directly of Ukraine, either supply areas or Russian-held territory inside Ukraine. Moscow stands alone as a much different target. Now, the Ukrainians deny direct involvement, but what do the drone attacks in Moscow do for the Ukrainians, even if they didn't do it?
Good morning, John, and to your viewers.